address camera numbers?
Owen! Bro, we are chilling right now. Why are you in me and Owen? Owen, are you fine?
Okay. I don't think tracking should be an issue as long as it's at a plant.
Holding it like this when I pass.
Yay!
Good evening, Lacrosse fans. The Hastings Athletic Department welcomes you to historic Mahtomedi Stadium at Todd Field. Tonight at church, we welcome our guests, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, to play their own Hastings Raiders. This game is being played according to rules of the Mississippi High School League. These rules provide for fair competition among all players. You are welcome to support your team and enjoy skill and competition on display. Successful play and difficult mistakes will both be made. The athletes will determine and believe in your effort. The coaches and officials are certified, registered, and doing their best. Your ticket to the event is a privilege to observe the contest, not a license to yell or ridicule players, coaches, or officials. Spectators will take sportsmanship by This is their time, their place. Please let them play. And now, for the starting lineups. First, for our guests from Mahtomedi. Senior defenseman, number 0, Kate Roloff. Senior attack, number 1, Oscar Megson. Senior defense, Connor Gray. Senior attack, number 3, Sam Mack. Senior LSM, number 5, Frankie Lombardi. Senior face-off, number 6, Sam Churchill. Senior attack, number 9, Ned Whitney. Junior LSM, number 14, Julian Cisick. Number 44, junior defenseman, Wyatt Hirschback. And in goal, senior, number 49, Jack Steffen. The Zephyrs head coach is Mike Narrow. And now, the starting lineup for your Hastings Raiders.
I never went to
Starting in goal,
maybe like
senior, number 1, Brady Brzezinski. Playing attack, sophomore, number 2, Jonas Schauer. Junior, playing defense, number 3, Grant Birkin. Senior defenseman, number 5, Aiden Agnes. Senior defense, number 6, Fletcher Peterson. Senior face-off, number 8, Ryan Esterby. Junior midfielder, number 14, Tony Molesto. Junior playing attack, number 15, Matt Nagel. Junior LSM, number 21, Matt Bayer. Sophomore playing attack, number 27, Carter Hansen. And the rest of the Raiders team is head coach Brian Wilson, assistant Morgan Sweeney, and Ryan Bybone. At this time, you're invited.
Making the play.
He gets the pin. Raiders are clawing their way back in this game.
just snipes one.
It's over! Save! Oh my God!
Did you see that? Great diving play.
Is it a touchdown? Hastings Raiders win the ball game.
Pinecrest Elementary, that was an awesome job.
Hello everyone, welcome to McNamara Stadium here as we get set for boys lacrosse here between the Mahtomedi Zephyrs and the Hastings Raiders here on HCTV Sports. The Zephyrs come into this matchup with a 3-0 record. The Raiders come in with a 3-1 record. I'm your play-by-play Owen Ely here with my color commentator here tonight, Braden Ely.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to have you here making your debut here on HCTV. Any keys to the games here tonight?
No, I mean the Hastings come off a 3-1 start. Yesterday they scored 7-1, or they lost 7-6 against, or lost 6-10 against St. Paul Two Rivers. A devastating loss, but hopefully they bounce back today.
Yeah, should be a great one here. Obviously, we covered the season opener for the boys lacrosse team when they had that 15-2 victory over Trimac. Started off the season with a 3-0 start. Unfortunately, fell in their last game, like you said, to St. Paul Two Rivers 6-10. Looks like we're just moments away here from the start of this one. And with that, we're underway here from McNamara Stadium. Mahtomedi takes the face-off, carrying it up the far side.
Have a good weekend.
See a patient start here for this Zephyrs offense.
Yeah, they're just feeling them out, seeing what type of defensive scheme they are cooking up.
Ball now working its way over here to the near side. Now back behind the netminder, Brady Brzezinski. Now here's a streak to the inside. Shot fired. And the first goal of the game here going to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs.
Yeah, patience was key for that goal. Just going all around the net.
Number 11, Mason Peterson. Scoring for the Zephyrs.
They're going to credit the goal there to Mason Peterson. And we'll get the face-off there by face-off specialist Kyan Esterby. Going to be raked up here by a Zephyr. That's Thunik. Churchill loses the ball. Now swept down low here by the Raiders. Ultimately recovered and settled down there by Connor Gray, getting the start here from Mahtomedi.
June see it, takes it up towards midfield.
Got some fast wheels there to Sisik. Again, we saw the patient offense working for Mahtomedi there on the first possession. Only 90 seconds elapsed in this one. Zipping his way. That one might have careened right off of that far side post, and looks like the race for the ball is going to be won here by the Zephyrs. Behind the pass. Pass can't quite connect, and we'll get a offsides there.
Hastings finally has possession of the ball. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, you're very right there. First time the Raiders have solid possession here tonight. See if the Raiders can't get the ball to a couple of their big-time playmakers, and Carter Hansen and Tony Malecchio. Far and away lead the team in points in the early going here.
Zephyrs regain the ball and are striving towards attacking. Number 7, Devin Chu takes it, slowing it down.
Chu sends it back to Cruz. Looks like we'll get a bit of a line change there from Mahtomedi. See how this defense holds here for Hastings, particularly when it comes to their spacing. Saw the Raiders girls team in their last matchup really exploit their opponent. Fires a shot. And the goal there for Landon Cruz. And we'll get a face-off once again, won here by Mahtomedi. Sam Churchill bringing it up to the near side. Takes a stop there at the 30. Now with speed along the near side. Looking for a pass there is Erickson. Down low in the crease, fires a shot. Might have been, was a stick save there for Brzezinski. Not the easiest thing to be a goaltender in lacrosse.
Yeah, definitely not so. But Brady Brzezinski has been showing a good start to the season. He is 2-0 in games he has started off as goalie.
And we will get a whistle here with 7:49. 2-0 Zephyrs lead. Take another look at the replay here. Chippy play there.
It looks like the Zephyrs' game plan on defense is limiting shots for Tony Malecchio, as he is leading the Hastings in scoring this season.
And we'll take a look at the Metro East Conference. There you can see Hastings, unfortunately, at the bottom. Only one game played in the conference, so not too much you can make from that. But it is a conference game here tonight, so the Raiders with a good chance to try to climb up the standings.
Yeah, they do have 2 conference games after this versus Hill Murray and Simley, so hopefully they can rack up some wins and jump up that poll.
Yeah, that's the fun part about being in the early part of the season, and you know, it's been a good start. Obviously, 3-1 start, but man, that spring season it just flies by in any sport.
Speaking of, what a beautiful Friday we have. Not too warm, not too cold. Perfect lacrosse conditions.
Yeah, the fans are out here certainly enjoying the weather. Obviously, some of these earlier games for lacrosse, it was a little rainy, a little 40 degrees. Yeah, you got to appreciate that good weather when it's here. And we'll return back to action here after the timeout. Raiders with the ball. It's Noah Schwam carrying it up the middle. Passes out to the near side. Now looking for a pass there. I believe that was number 27, Carter Hansen. One of the tone setters here for this Raiders attack. Malecchio trying to spin his way in, fires a shot, and that's going to be stopped by the feet of the goaltender, Jack Stepan. Dangerous turnover taken here by the Raiders. Couldn't quite get a shot off of the scoop.
Ground ball, and looks like the Zephyrs recovered. Oh, spoke too soon.
Yeah, the Zephyrs having a tough time trying to maintain possession here in their own zone. A little pushing and shoving. Hansen looks like he had possession for a second. Sends it back to Stepan. Definitely a high-intensity game here after the timeout. And we'll take another look at the replay here. There's the shot from Malecchio. Now Mahtomedi back on the attack. Connects on a crisp pass there at the 20. See what the Zephyrs can cook up here on offense. Long pass connects there with Whitney. Now back behind Brzezinski. Circling around the crease. Push to the outside there from Kavnis. Loose ball. Scooped up with that deep hole. Now a long pass. The goaltender's out of the net here. Premium opportunity. Hansen fires! And the Raiders with their first goal of the game off of a defensive mistake there from the Mahtomedi goaltender coming out to greet the ball. What a big play there for the Raiders. That's Carter Hansen's 11th goal of the season. Could not have come at a better time for the Raiders, wouldn't you say?
Honestly, just a beautiful heads-up play by the defenseman, recognizing that the goalie was out of net and just chucking up as chance, and it worked in their favor.
And there you could see that defender, Connor Gray, trying to push him to the outside. I mean, what body balance there from Hansen.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much he can do on defense there. That was a last-ditch effort.
Well, sometimes when the goals are not coming in, you got to do something spectacular like that. We'll see how Mahtomedi responds after that one. Just north of 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, it looks like they're sticking to the game plan and slowing down the tempo and seeing if there's any opportunities for a shot.
Yeah, it has been a rather slow offense here from Mahtomedi. Certainly effective as they lead on the scoreboard, but a pickpocket there, but we will get a whistle. Ball going to stay here with Mahtomedi. Take one more look on the replay here of that brilliant pass. I mean, really one of the more impressive goals we've seen, not just this year, but maybe in the last couple of years. Back to the action here again. Zephyrs looking to extend the lead here on the road, keep their perfect record intact here before they head back for a 4-game homestand. Now here, top of the point, fires a shot down low. Scooped up and taken away there from Birkin. Another whistle. Return to action here. Very pass-heavy offense here, just trying to find some open lanes for Mahtomedi. Fires a shot. That one sweeping, goes long here on the near side. Turn off the inbound. Cruz with the spin. Cuts back. Connects with a teammate. Little shove there by a Raiders midfielder. Raiders defense scrambling here to get in solid position. Now a run here from the top of the point. Cruz forced to the outside, looks to pass. Again, down low to the goal line extended. Now back behind Brzezinski. Cradle there on the far side, thought better about it. Once again, a reset here from Mahtomedi. Shot from the crease and a goal here for Mahtomedi. Ned Whitney, the midfielder, gets his first goal of the game here for Mahtomedi. That's going to make it a 3-1 lead as we close in at the end of the first quarter. Braden, walk me through it here.
Honestly, just a beautiful setup, recognizing that there was a better shot, and he was cutting in, and beautiful assist by Landon Cruz. Landon Cruz is looking to be a staple of this game as he is leading the Zephyrs defense in just recognizing and cutting and passing. He's doing everything out there.
And I guess that's why they prioritize possession so much. I mean, eventually, though, they believe they'll break their Raiders defense at some point in a possession, even if it takes 2 or 3 minutes. It's resulting in goals. Well, following the face-off, just north of 2 minutes to go here before the first intermission. We'll see if either side can't sneak any more goals in here. Raiders obviously looking to cut the deficit. Mahtomedi, no strangers to close games this year, coming off of a 7-6 win at home over New Prague. See if this Raiders defense can't try to force a turnover here. Very solid passing, very solid possession here from Mahtomedi. Shot just outside of the crease, and another goal here for Mahtomedi. Make that 4-1. And they're going to credit that to Gunnar Selman. That's going to be his first goal of the game. We'll take another look at the replay here. Just looks like he was maybe given a little too much space there. There were Raiders in the vicinity. So now under 90 seconds to go. Mahtomedi has excelled tonight at holding on to the ball. Really excelled at face-offs as well. I don't think they've lost a face-off in the first quarter.
No, they have not. Honestly, it's not just their passing that they're getting these opportunities, but their speed. They're beating them on the outside.
Well, there was some speed right there. Unfortunately for Mahtomedi, Peterson lost the ball there, but might have had a chance. We will have a penalty upcoming here on Hastings. That pass going long and out of bounds, and we'll have a Raiders player going to the box. Not what the doctor ordered here for Hastings. Looks like they're maybe sending Malesio to the box. That hurts for Hastings in more ways than one. 13 goals on the season. It's your best player in the box right there. Now we see a really tight defense here for Hastings as they just try to limit anything in the crease. Quick passing, a lot of rotation here for this Mahtomedi offense. Pass to the top of the crease. Couldn't field that cleanly. They're running out of time here. 12 seconds to go. And they're going to be content with just holding on to the ball there as we reach the end of the first quarter. A 4-1 lead for Mahtomedi here from McNamara Stadium over the Raiders. Braden, what did you see in that first quarter?
Honestly, just possession is key. We've seen this the whole game, that Zephyrs they're clean passing. They're not forcing any shots. They're just taking their time, and the goals will come. And Hastings just need to maintain possession and slow it down and play at the pace that the Zephyrs are playing at.
Well, solid advice there. We'll see if the Raiders take it here on HCTV Sports.
Today, 4 Minnesotans lost their lives from fentanyl poisoning.
And 4 more will tomorrow.
Fentanyl is the #1 killer of 18 to 45-year-olds.
It's killing more and more 12 to 17-year-olds. They're people we care about.
Like my brother.
My sister.
My best friend. We have the power to make a difference in our community. Join us in the fight against the fentanyl crisis.
Some you've heard of more, but it doesn't bother me cause I just love to explore. Interviewing owners and lending a hand. I love to assist for as long as they can stand.
Well, we return back to action here to start the second quarter from McNamara Stadium. It's a 4-1 lead for Mahtomedi over Hastings. 4 goals scored by Mahtomedi by Peterson, Cruz, Whitney, and Selman. The 1 goal for Hastings by Carter Hansen. That's his 11th goal of the season as they look to add one here real quick. Try to behind-the-back shot. Did Hansen, and that's going to roll out of bounds. Owen Ely here with Braden Ely on commentary. This game also on HCTV. We'll take another look at this shot here from Hansen. It's like he was trying to get on SportsCenter's top 10 there with that behind-the-back shot. Hastings just trying to hold on to possession here, something they had some trouble with in the first quarter. We do have a delayed penalty here on Mahtomedi. Schwam fires a shot right off of the netminder there. Another hard shot that's going to bounce out of the field of play. Here's that last offensive sequence for Hastings. Well, looks like there's a little confusion there, or somebody talking about something on the sidelines. Stoppage here, just a minute into the second quarter. Seems like the Raiders had the right idea. They got off 2 shots on net in pretty quick succession. Awful lot of talking here. Hopefully that doesn't mess up the momentum here for Hastings. Maybe some confusion about who's supposed to be subbed out, who's supposed to be in the box. And we'll return back to action here. Hastings on the attack. It's a 6-on-4 here for Hastings. Defender coming out pretty far for Mahtomedi. See if the Raiders can't find a lane there. Fires a shot. That one's going to be stopped by Stepan.
What a beautiful save by Stepan. Like, Stepan has just the last 3 possessions that the Hastings Raiders have had. He's just recognized who has the ball and where they're going. They all seem to be going low, and he has recognized that very well.
Yeah, it seems like the Raiders really have prioritized going down low. You know, you see differences in philosophies trying to go top shelf. I mean, I know you were a midfielder, but when you were trying to score a goal, did you have any places you would favor? Would you like to go up top, or would you try to go down low as well?
I would prefer 5-hole, honestly. Nothing better than squeaking it right between the goalie's legs.
Yeah, that's a classic right there. Well, now it's the same old story here for most of this game. It's Mahtomedi with solid possession here in the Raiders' defensive zone. Crashing to the inside, passing down low. Another quick pass intercepted by Brzezinski. Right over the top of that crossbar. Brzezinski just happy to clear. Very slippery ball here tonight. Especially on this side of the field. I couldn't tell if it was, there's some dew on the field or anything, but it seems like that side of the field, both teams have had, real struggles trying to scoop the ball, maintain possession.
Honestly, it could be the sun. The sun is pointing that way, so when you are trying to pass out, you are looking directly straight at the sun.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. The sun, it's right at its peak here, right in the face of these players looking out west. That's the one unfortunate thing about an east to west field as opposed to a north south. Had a player taking a spill there for Mahtomedi. That's Carter Schultz, the sophomore. We will have a Raiders player in the box. Or excuse me, that was Mason Peterson who took the spill. We'll have Aiden Cavness in the box here for Hastings. A lot of space given to these Mahtomedi forwards from these Raiders defenders. Again, just clean control here for the road team. Fires a shot. That one rolls out of bounds. Brayden, if you're the Raiders defense, would you maybe do anything different? Would you give less of a buffer to these Mahtomedi players, or how would you approach this?
Honestly, I'd be more aggressive. Challenge each and every pass they're going to. They have so many players out there and opportunities, and these clean passes are just killing the Hastings defense. If they can disrupt that in any way, I see a good change happening in this game.
Well, we do have a turnover now here. The Raiders just firing the ball down the field, trying to get it as close as they can to an offensive opportunity. Now Mahtomedi going back the other way. Seems like the Raiders had the right idea there, but maybe we're blinded a bit by that sun. Short pass, top of the crease, fires it at the feet of Brzezinski. Might have deflected off of his toe or something. Yet another save. Brzezinski, I know he's given up 4 goals, but it seems like he's been playing pretty well here tonight, all things considered. So under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Time flying by. Scoreless second quarter. We'll see if we get an announcer's jinx here. Scrum for the ball, about 15 yards ahead of Brzezinski. Now we're seeing some pressure from this Raiders defense. Now rolling in, trying to crash, back behind the net, looking to pass. Connects, thought about firing a shot. Good shove there, and maybe too good of a shove as we'll get a couple of penalty flags on the field. No, but I don't think any Raiders player saw where the ball was there. I mean, I don't think you can overstate how important the sun is here. Mahtomedi certainly knows they can take their time here. Little run into the inside, spins around, tries a backhanded, underhanded shot, and that one's going to careen out of bounds. We'll get a Raiders player now going to the box. And Braden, this has to be so frustrating for the Raiders, these long periods of possession where you know that they're just looking for one mistake and they could easily put a goal on the board if they find that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Hastings has switched their defensive style a tiny bit since the first quarter. They were being a little more aggressive and just hoping to scoop up one of those ground balls and start a possession of their own.
Yeah, that sun, I'm not sure if that's going to go down anytime soon. We might have to wait for the third quarter for the Raiders to be on the right side of the field offensively. Hastings normally a pretty good first half team when it comes to their offense. They got 46 goals on the season, 23 of them in the first half. Obviously a little below their season mark here. Their defense, stellar, only 6 goals allowed in the first half, and we'll get another goal there here for Mahtomedi. That's going to be the second goal of the game for Gunnar Selman. Going to make it a 5-1 lead here for Mahtomedi. Take another look at the goal here. Braden, walk me through it.
Honestly, just good observation, noticing that the left side is a bit weak. There was a open opportunity there, and just a beautiful shot, top right. Squeaks right past the the goalie's helmet.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, you got to figure he could have scored on the near post, or, you know, if he picks a shot like that, score on the far side. Really was dealer's choice on that one.
Well, let's see if Hastings can win their first face-off of the evening.
Yeah, Kyan Esterby on the face-off. Had a pretty good game with face-offs against Trimac. He's going to lose this one here, and we'll be back on the attack with under 5 to go before halftime. A long bouncing shot scooped up by Brzezinski. Get a long pass there, intercepted by Roloffs. Got the start tonight at defense for the Zephyrs. Back on the attack, fires, and another goal here for Mahtomedi. Second goal of the night for Whitney. And that's 2 goals in, what, under a minute. Tough sequence here for Hastings. And it's just, I talk about this every broadcast. It's the positioning, it's good passing, and we see it here, clean passing, and everybody's in the right position. I mean, you'd be amazed at what can happen when you see that. So still plenty of time for the Raiders here to try to lessen the lead here. And before we head into halftime, we do get Cavness there on the face-off. So the Raiders maybe trying something a little different at the face-off circle. Possession poked away temporarily from Mahtomedi, scooped up back by Poppelman. Get a substitution here for Hastings on the field. See if the Raiders are a little more aggressive here, trying to get after the ball carrier. Running in, pushed out, connects on a pass, down low to Selman. He's looking for a hat trick here tonight. Sizable hit laid there by Cavness. We'll get a whistle, a little pushing and shoving there. I think we'll see the play here on replay. We'll get a timeout called on the field here with 3:22 to go. And that's a valid way to go about it, right? I mean, you can change the physicality and see if something shakes loose, or maybe just try something different. It seems like maybe the Raiders are trying to get a little more physical here.
Oh, that's exactly right. I mean, Mott is beating them in speed and their connection, so there's not much you can do besides lay those hits down.
Yeah, that's the interesting part about boys lacrosse. I mean, luckily, it's not too cold. I know when it's 35 degrees, you get hit like that. It might sting a little bit. Maybe stings a little less this time of year. But it seems like obviously they're having trouble maintaining possession, but even trying to get the ball down the field, they were just firing long shots just to try to get the ball downfield, not even trying to connect on passes in transition or anything.
Yeah, it worked for their one goal, but they're just going back to the option instead of slowing it down and making those strong passes.
And I'm sure now being down by 5, I mean, you might feel the pressure, you might feel the urgency to try to do something, because you might be like, man, if they get the ball, they could drain 2 minutes just like that. I mean, they're very stout at holding on to possession. Well, back to the action here after the timeout. Cruz with the ball here for the visitors. It's just this umbrella style offense here for Mahtomedi that they've pretty much ran to perfection here in the first half. Down low, past the goal line. Now in the end zone. Spinning, trying to find some space. A little golfing shot there, stopped by Brzezinski. And the ball settled down at least a little bit here for Hastings. Heavy pressure from these Mahtomedi attack. A massive Gilman clear. Caught, fires the shot, and the goal for Hastings. Carter Hansen with his second goal of the very same variety. And that's going to make it a 6-2 game here with 2:20 to go before halftime. I mean, we were just saying they were struggling, but they go back to the well there and find some success. Now walk me through this here. What went well for the Raiders?
Just they slowed it down at the defensive side, and they recognized the same play, went back, same thing to Gunnar Hansen. But I'm afraid that they are going to keep on doing the same thing with those 50-50 passes that we've seen it all game, where they just throw it up to luck. But I don't know how long that will work for them. It'll work for 2 goals, but I don't see many more coming just like that.
Well, you got to figure that the Mahtomedi coaching staff is going to tell the goaltender, we can't be 30 yards away from the net anymore. I mean, obviously you'd love to get out there and win that 50-50 and settle the ball down, but it has burned them twice. – 6-2 game here, south of 2 minutes to go before halftime. More physical approach here from these Raiders defenders. That was Peterson there pushing back the attack from Mahtomedi. Working his way at the 10, looking to pass. Couldn't connect there with Whitney, who was also looking for a hat trick here tonight. Long pass, going to connect there with Noggle. Now up to the attack, fires a shot, and another goal here for Hastings. Carter Hansen with a hat trick. Raiders have had great success just finding these Mahtomedi Zephyrs sleeping out of position.
Scoring for the Raiders.
There you see a couple of great passes that lead to that goal here for Hastings. I mean, a rather explosive attack, wouldn't you say?
Yes, very much so. I mean, they just keep on going back to those passes, but you are correct. They will definitely at halftime talk to the Mott goalie about sticking back a little bit because he's wandering out there and he's paying the price for it.
Yeah, you got to figure it might be a 6-0 game if it, you know, there was a small adjustment there, but Raiders certainly glad to try to take advantage of that. Now under a minute to go here before halftime. Raiders certainly have their work cut out for them in the second half, but a very manageable score if it holds. Mahtomedi trying to get one final blitz going on here. Cruz stops on a dime, sends it back for Erickson. Solid spacing here. That one fired long and off into a crowd of students down there. Watch out. You know, people think the lacrosse ball is soft. It's not.
No, I definitely have my fair share of bruises back in my playing day. When it hits your legs, that is some real pain.
Yep, no doubt. Well, with that, we're going to reach halftime here. It's a 6-3 lead for the visiting Mahtomedi Zephyrs over the Hastings Raiders. Braden, give me your thoughts here on the first half.
I mean, Mahtomedi is definitely the quicker team. Clearly, you can see it out there, and their passing is just phenomenal, but Hastings definitely did switch up their defensive plan by being a little more aggressive, and I hope to see that in the remaining of the game.
Yeah, a lot to like for Hastings, a lot to work on here at halftime. 6-3 lead for Mahtomedi over Hastings here on HCTV Sports.
He gets the pin. What a move, what a goal! Oh, what a shot, scores! The Raiders, can they get the lift? Yes, they do.
Just snipes one.
Oh my God! And reaching up and making the play. It's over.
Looking to throw, and she's going to get the first down.
One touchdown, Raiders!
With over 300 passionate educators, our dedication to student success has never been stronger. These educators are more than teachers.
Let's paint the picture.
They are mentors who ignite curiosity and inspire a lifelong passion for learning. Our schools provide real-world experiences through cutting-edge programs in engineering and environmental science. At Hastings, we take pride in our blend of rigorous academics and enriching arts and athletic programs. These programs nourish our students' educational journey, enhancing their creativity and discipline and fostering skills that resonate throughout their academic and personal lives. This is Hastings Public Schools, where we care, we empower, and we achieve. Students are at the heart of all we do.
How can I help you today?
I don't think I'm in the right place. I have big dreams, like crab brewery-sized dreams.
I like it.
Your bank is very,
Cozy?
yes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We prefer more personal interactions. We dedicate the majority of our space to our customers' dreams.
Wow. Look at that.
I know, it never gets old.
Wow, this is way bigger than your office.
A or B? Come on, A.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to McNamara Stadium as we are just moments away here from the start of the third quarter. It's a 6-3 lead for Mahtomedi over the Hastings Raiders. I'm Owen Ailey here with Braden Ailey on HCTV and on SCCTV. Braden, we're just 30 seconds away here from the start of the third quarter. Any thoughts about what the Raiders need to do here in the second half to come out with the dub?
Honestly, just slowing it down. We've seen it very well for the Zephyrs. They have been slowing it down. Almost boring, but it's been working out. They are leading 6-3, and all of the Hastings goals were almost pure luck. There is skill into it, but those 50-50 balls, they've been working in their favor, but I don't see how long. I don't see it working out how they plan. They have to change it up, be more aggressive, slow it down, and then hopefully come back. I mean, it's still 6-3, so it's very. We still have a whole half to go, so I can see a good comeback coming, honestly.
Well, you know, it's always if they score 6 in the first quarter, there's no reason why you can't score 6 here in the second. And looks like the sun's going to be a little bit less of an issue here, certainly for the Raiders, who are going to be facing east. We'll get Aiden Cavness here on the face-off, who I'm going to say he won the face-off there. It's anybody's ball here, but Raiders certainly have struggled tonight at the face-off circle. Now Mahtomedi with plenty of speed coming down the field. Connor Gray. Cisick looks to pass. Again, we're probably in store for continuation of that patient offense, that patient attack here for Mahtomedi.
I mean, just like the classic saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And we very well with the score see it is not broke.
Yeah, well, it's very easy to see why it's a undefeated team as well. I mean, obviously early in the season, but no mystery as to why this team is 3-0.
No, definitely. I mean, Mahtomedi recently did crack the top 10. They are ranked number 8 in Minnesota for boys lacrosse, and we see why. Their patient offense is a killer.
And we do get a save there from Brzezinski. Take another look at the stop here from the Raiders goaltender. Shot there from Erickson, looking to get his first goal of the game. Short stoppage there. Now back to the Mahtomedi Zephyrs here. On the attack. Seems like the defense is really tightened up here for Hastings. Down a man following the penalty. Shot from the top. Goes wide left. Going to be kept in here by Mahtomedi. Pass across the 20. Cruz to the top. Little fake there from Magnuson. Raiders back to even strength. And it's funny, now that you see that they're back to even strength, you can see that defense just kind of spread out. Playing a really tight defense there on the penalty kill. Pass connects near the crease, fires, and the first goal of the second half going here to Mahtomedi.
Scoring for the Zephyrs, number 9, Ben
And we'll take another look at the goal here. That's from Whitney. That's going to be his third goal of the game.
I do believe every single goal he scored has came in similar fashion, going around and favoriting his dominant hand, right hand, and just beating him to the inside and just an easy shot.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe the Raiders need to adjust, see if they can't. I mean, you don't want them getting any shots off, but see if they can't shoot with their left hand. Because yeah, you're right. They're only circling one way.
Another face-off won by Mahtomedi.
And it's just such a beautiful combo for Mahtomedi. I mean, being this dominant on face-offs, but also being this dominant with time of possession as well. I mean, certainly they sort of go hand in hand, but very frustrating team to go against at times, no doubt.
The style of Mahtomedi's offense is very hard to play against, but it's kind of beautiful to watch, seeing every single player play as one unit. It just seems so connected as a team, and all their passes just perfect.
Yeah, it really is a team offense. I mean, they're passing to every single player in the offensive zone, as opposed to some of these offenses that you see there that are a little more isolation. Just players on making runs into the crease. Not an offense that you see everywhere. So we'll have another Raiders player in the box. That's going to be Cavness. Hastings looking to stand tall here on the penalty kill, and they'll give up a goal. That's Seth Erickson. Gets his first of the game. First 2 goals of the second half going here to Mahtomedi. Take one more look at the replay here. That was an absolute rocket, wouldn't you say?
Very much so. I mean, they were pressing in. You see Hastings has a very tight defense, and Mahtomedi recognized that, and there has to be one open shooter when you're going that close in, and it's just an easy shot, smart shot, top right. I do believe the goalie is right-handed, so perfect. It's hard to switch hands to save that close, that fast.
Yeah, I mean, you and me, when we played lacrosse, we were never goaltenders, but whether it's hockey or lacrosse, I mean, it's such a special thing to even just want to be a goaltender. It's not everybody wants to just stand there and get pelted with shots willingly.
No, it definitely does take some mental toughness, and I could not imagine being a goalie in this situation, especially that close and that fast. Just as a midfielder, I would just run away from the ball that close.
And you saw even the defender had to dip his head, because you certainly don't want to take that to the temple. I mean, you're wearing the helmet, but that's not gonna do too much. North of 8 minutes to go there. A long pass. Going to be kept on sides there from Mahtomedi. Raiders were really hoping that one went across the 50-yard line there. Spin, forced to the outside. Stripped away. Scooped up and pushed out of bounds. It's going to be off of a Zephyr. Quick inbound there. We'll get take 2. Now we'll see if the Raiders can't move the ball up the field. It's something that they have struggled with a little bit here tonight.
It does look like Mahtomedi is sticking with the same game plan and having their goalie go near the 20 and target Thomas Melisso, as he has a hat trick tonight. We have seen 2 hat tricks tonight. So it is a very high scoring game, very entertaining to watch, but two different play styles just colliding with each other. It's who will come out on top? Who do you think?
Yeah, it really is two different play styles here tonight. Obviously, the Raiders fans here in attendance, I mean, they're sure hoping they can pull out something here. Still plenty of time for the Raiders to work with. They are going to have to stop this offensive onslaught here for Mahtomedi. Skipping and working his way down low is Churchill, now back behind Brzezinski. Pushed away, but eventually recovered there. A long pass, at least puts it on the right side of the field here for Hastings. Hansen, some bully ball there for Mahtomedi as the Raiders tried to get something going offensively. Right back to the status quo here. Long cross end zone pass there. Some heavy rotation here for Mahtomedi. Cutting back, fires that one. Might have been deflected, and that might be a... Can't tell if that was a good field goal or not. I think the last thing we need right now is a 3-point play for Mahtomedi. Now up top, trying to work his way in, and another goal here for Mahtomedi. Sam Churchill, his first goal of the evening.
Zephyrs, number 6, Sam.
It's a 3-goal run here for Mahtomedi here in the third quarter. Braden, walk me through this one.
Honestly, he just recognized the differential in size, and he just took him straight in and just smacked it home.
Yeah, it's tough to stop a play like that, whether you're a goaltender, whether you're the midfielder defending. It's a big boy right there. Well, we'll go back to the face-off circle here. We'll see if the Raiders find some success here at the logo. Momentary tie-up, going to be won here by Mahtomedi. I think that was James Blair they tried at the face-off circle. Third face-off specialist they've worked into the game here tonight. Like we were saying earlier, it's going to be a 4-game road streak here for Hastings. When they're done with this one, they're going to go on the road next Tuesday at Hill Murray, close out the week at Simley, come back on May 7th. They're going to be traveling down to Rochester, Mayo, and then close it out with Cretin-Durham Hall, a Saturday game on May 10th. So it would be pretty nice for Hastings if they could pick up the the home win here, because it's not going to get much easier these next 4 games.
No, it's definitely hard to win on a road, but definitely when you travel all the way down to Rochester, it's just a lot of traveling, and definitely looking to walk away with a win here.
So I mean, what's the mentality when you're going on the road like that? I know when I played, we had road trips to Robbinsdale, which is not terribly far, but you go through traffic. I mean, you sure hate to travel an hour in traffic just to lose. I mean, is there a different mindset when you're not playing at your home field?
Just walking in and thinking you're the better team and making it your home. Every away game, you'll have some sort of say fan advantage, but just walking in there thinking you're the best team, you're going to win this, and just that confident mindset is key to any away game.
I won't say who the player was, but we had a road game where we, on junior varsity my first year, where we played a varsity forward, or a varsity attack, and he scored 7 goals real quick, and then they just took him out so we could get the win. Well, the Raiders here on offense will get a whistle, and that's going to be turned over. We'll have a couple of Raiders players heading there to the sidelines. Now we're back to Mahtomedi here. controlling time of possession. Really starting to become a night game here as the lights are coming on to full effect. Cruz fires a shot down low. Nice stop there from Brzezinski. Huge Gilman clear. Caught by Hansen. The goaltender is way out of position. And Hansen's going to send it back. Can't help but think that if he would have looked down towards the net, he might have saw that the goaltender was pretty far out of position. Now the crowd getting into it here. The Raiders trying to get something going. Firing a shot. Deflects off of a Zephyrs player.
Even though Hastings didn't walk away with the goal, I think it was a smart play, slowing it down and finding the open man. Even though they did turn it over, keeping that mindset, just play as one team. It worked so well for Mahtomedi. It could work for Hastings. And they could come back just by switching up their play style.
That's Matt Beyer right there. Took a hard stick to the forearm there, was feeling it. You get these players running in full speed, trying to block these shots. Took the worst of it on his forearm there, but seems to be all right. Now we'll get a break to the inside here from Malesio. Fires a shot. And the possession is going to stay here with Hastings. North of 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. So now that they have possession here in the offensive zone, I mean, how are you trying to attack this if you're Hastings here?
Just feel them out, honestly. That's what Mahtomedi has been doing all game, feeling out the defense, looking for that open man, and the opportunity will come. It will come. There's no need to force any shot that isn't necessary.
Schwam beats his man, fires a shot, and that's going to be one there from Noggle. We'll get a couple of subs coming into the game here for Hastings. There you can see it's a tiring style of play. So one thing you can always appreciate about Hastings athletics, I mean, they're always, regardless of the score, they're always giving full effort. Goal here would go quite far into stopping the bleeding and getting the Raiders right back in this one. Couple of short passes, couldn't quite hold on to that one, was Malesio, and a turnover. Nice hit there from Schwam, but possession still staying here with the Raiders, the Zephyrs. Now Stepan passes it out to a teammate, strolling down the sidelines. A nice hit, nearly out of bounds there by Mason Hastings.
No, staying aggressive on both sides of the ball is very key to changing the tides of this game. I mean, we still have a quarter. You never know what could be in store for us.
Well, we could be in store for a wild fourth quarter. I think there's a good chance of that. A long pass, plenty of space here for this Zephyrs attack. 45 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. Cruz, stutter step outside. Now a spin, fires a shot. Race for the ball, going to be taken there from Magnuson. Out in front of the pirate ship. Probably my favorite feature of this stadium. I know it's already such a cool stadium since we're basically in a hole in the ground, but gotta love that pirate ship. Shot fired, goes long. Yeah, there it is. What say you and me go out there and drive this intermission?
I mean, I don't know who to trust behind the wheel. I definitely don't trust myself.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll find somebody to pirate the ship. One final chance here for Mahtomedi. Cruz, centering pass, fires the shot right over the top of the crossbar, and with that, we're going to reach the end of the third quarter here. A blooming 9-3 lead here for Mahtomedi over Hastings. Braden, what did you see in the third quarter?
I mean, the same thing. We saw some different type of attack style in Hastings, trying to replicate what Mahtomedi has succeeded off by slowing it down and getting those open shots. But let's see if they can continue the pressure, defense and offense in the fourth quarter.
Well, 3 goals scored in that third quarter, all 3 of them by Mahtomedi. 9-3 lead here on HCTV Sports.
Hi, this is Lucas Foss from Hastings, and on behalf of all Metro East Conference schools, we would like to thank you for supporting us. Please remember to show respect and good sportsmanship at all times. We as athletes will always try our best, and you can expect the same from coaches and officials. Mistakes will be made by everyone involved, but please show support and respect through the contest, no matter the outcome, whether it be online or in the stands.
Hello everyone and welcome back to McNamara Stadium here as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. After 3, it's a 9-3 lead. Mahtomedi over Hastings here on HCTV, also on SCCTV. I'm Owen Ely here with the debuting Braden Ely. Braden, 1 quarter left. I mean, what do the Raiders need to do to pull out the win here?
Stay aggressive and just use those feet. We've seen that Mahtomedi might be the faster team so far, but a little hustle goes a long way. So honestly, just moving those feet, making those strong passes, short passes, confident passes, and just playing as a team. That's what we've seen Mahtomedi just constantly do, is just be one unit, and they've succeeded well off it.
Yeah, no question. Certainly a team effort here for Mahtomedi as they're poised to get the win on the road if they can hold on to this 6-goal lead here again. Starting off the quarter with a face-off win and offensive possession. Sun no longer a factor. Heavy shoves there from Malesio. Long leaping catch there in the end zone from Sam Knapp. Reminiscent of Greg Lewis in the back of the end zone. Spring season goes by so fast. Before you know it, we'll be here for Raiders football this fall. Couple of hard passes here, top of the crease. Shoved out, some space made here by some Raiders midfielders. Another drive in, couldn't find an open lane there. Cruz looking over his shoulder. Patient offense for Mahtomedi, patient defense for Hastings. Circling around, fires that one. Wow, that one got some height on it. Might have been tipped at the launch point. Ball still going to stay here with the Zephyrs. Pass to the GLE, up to the 20. Top of the point for another run. Solid defense there from Malesio, not just a top goal scorer for the team, but a top player. Circling around the crease, that one off the back netting. Okay, and scooped up and settled down by Brzezinski. Interesting to see what the Raiders try to do here offensively. They fire that one 70 yards. It's Hansen to a teammate. And teamwork making the dream work there for Hastings as they get their first goal in quite some time. Make it a 9-4 game. Was set up there by Hansen. Goal's going to go to Jonas Schauer. His first goal of the game. First score of the fourth quarter. Braden, again, walk me through this.
I mean, we've seen that Hastings has favored those lob passes and just beautiful recognition, seeing the open man standing right in front of the goal, and couldn't ask for just a better pass. I mean, those are the passes you dream of, staying there, just getting ready to whip it.
But it's such unselfish play, too. Just, you know, obviously Hansen's scored a hat trick here tonight, but it's nice to see they added another wrinkle to it, setting up the teammate on the second pass.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see that Mahtomedi has not switched their plan for goalie, and their goalie is still just roaming and guarding Malesio.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to disagree with a 5-point lead, but you're right. It might be a wider lead for Mahtomedi if they played a different strategy there on defense. Very hard to disagree with what they're doing offensively. Nice swim move here. Fires a shot, and it was a perfect setup, but the shot just a little over the top.
That was almost the nail in the coffin. If someone pulled a move on me like that, I don't know how I'd come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, that was an impressive setup there for that Zephyrs forward. Pass not fielded cleanly there. No Raiders in the vicinity to try to scoop that one up. Again, time flies when the Zephyrs are on offense here. Another shot, another goal here from Mahtomedi. Under 8 minutes to go. And a nice response there from the visiting team. Take another look here. I believe they're going to credit the goal here to Sam Knapp.
Scoring for the Zephyrs, number 3, Sam Knapp. With the assist going to number 15.
And so we couldn't. Well, we'll take another look at the goal here. Tell me if you see anything.
Just a beautiful pass to the outside. I mean, with his small stature, he just snuck in and 2v1 and just buried it down low.
Yeah, and we'll get a timeout called on the field here. And like you were saying, obviously, this is a very, very much a team effort, and that certainly is reflected when you look at the stat sheet. I mean, how many different goal scorers have they had? We'll take another look at the last Hastings goal as well, but what a team effort here from really both sides. Six-goal lead here for Mahtomedi. A very exciting game regardless of the score. A very pleasant one to watch here tonight. Nothing like Friday night lacrosse.
No, definitely not. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better day, better like I said, perfect lacrosse weather. Not too hot, not too cold. You can stay active, stay warm, and we've seen that this, I mean, besides the sun, just perfect conditions.
Yeah, no question about that. Well, if Mahtomedi holds on to the lead here, they're going to get the win, obviously advance to 4-0. And like we were saying, they got a 4-game home stretch. After this one, they'll take on Simley next week on Tuesday before coming back the next day and taking on St. Thomas Academy. The following week, May 2nd, they'll play Hudson. And then they'll come back on Tuesday, May 6th for the final game of that homestand against St. Paul II Rivers, a team that Hastings is very familiar with, as the girls team played them on, I believe, Tuesday. Well, Hastings here in their own defensive zone. They do have possession. See if they can't launch something here. Run to the inside, a pass, couldn't connect, a race. I believe that's going to be awarded back to Hastings.
they do seem to change their playing style from that lofty passes, but to slowing it down. But with as much time as left, you kind of almost need that aggression and that chance and just shooting any shot you can, whether it's a good shot or not. I mean, 6 minutes, 6 goals. We'll see if it's possible.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they can't get one here. Working his way through, backhands it. Wow, what a goal there for Hastings. I mean, it only counts for 1 on the stat sheet, but that was a thing of beauty. I'm sure we'll take another look at that. That's Malesio with a behind-the-back goal on the goaltender Stepan. We'll take another look at it. I mean, tell me what you see here, Braden.
I mean, we've seen that Malesio is the main cannon of this offense, and just a beautiful move, just creating opportunities for himself. He didn't need any assistance on that whatsoever.
Yeah, it was just everything. He was a one-man army out there, working his way through the defense with the swim move, and hard to believe that's his first goal of the game. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think if you score behind the back, maybe it should count for 2. Maybe that's a new rule we can approach the MSHSL with.
I mean, yeah, lacrosse is a very interesting sport, and there is definitely a lot of cool opportunities and goals scored in this. So, style points could be, I mean, that would be cool to see in like any type of like minor league or whatsoever to engage the fans.
Yeah, you can sort of treat it like the Savannah Bananas. Well, the Raiders lost possession there, so it's back to Mahtomedi here. A little more than 6 minutes to go in regulation. Certainly doesn't have to be any urgency here from Mahtomedi with the lead. We'll see how hard they put the pedal to the metal here. Fire a shot. That one bouncing. Swept up there from Brzezinski. A long pass and plenty of space to work with here for Hastings on the attack. Long pass to the outside. Connects on another one. Down low, and the Raiders trying to mount a comeback here. 10-6. Plenty of space, plenty of great passing there for Hastings, and now it's only a 4-goal deficit.
For the Raiders on a passing play, number 7, Noah.
Take another look at the replay here. What stands out to you here?
Like I said before, that hustle, we saw them just rush down the field and just try to get as many goals as they can with the amount of time that's remaining, and that hustle, it showed very good results.
Wow, it's good to see the Raiders still trying to get back in that one. That's going to be the 2nd goal of the game here for Shower. Be his 4th goal on the season. And you were saying, I mean, they had to get basically 6 goals in 6 minutes. Well, they got 2 goals in 2 minutes. See if they can't keep the pace here. Obviously, they're going to have to start winning some face-offs here, start maybe getting a little more aggressive here on defense as time becomes more and more of a factor. Raiders looking to force a turnover there, just scooping the ball in the air. That's why those ground ball drills are so important. Every single coach from the earliest levels will harp on that. You never want to rake if you can help it.
No, definitely. I mean, everybody's taught to get low to the ground, and that's whoever comes out with it. So, I mean, nobody came out with it that time, but we just have to see a lot of grit, a lot of heart from Hastings. And, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but we definitely could see a comeback here.
Well, we've definitely seen crazier things here on HCTV. Timeout on the field here. Raiders looking to make a comeback here. Right after this, pretty much right when this game ends, we're going to have the Lakers and the Timberwolves game 3. Luckily not a 10 p.m. start since it's here at the Target Center. What do you got in that one?
I mean, it's hard to root against like the Timberwolves. It's all about just how we can stop. Like we saw in game 2, we were giving up unnecessary fouls, and with being home court advantage, we might not see as much as that. So I think it's going to be a very tight game down to the wire.
Yeah, should be good. I hate to be so cynical, but I think it might come down to what the referees want in that one. Definitely frustrating watching the first 2 games as a Timberwolves fan. It obviously helps when you shoot 55% from 3 in game 1. Well, we're back to action here. 4.5 to go in regulation here from McNamara Stadium. Owen Ely here with Braden Ely, HCTV. Also on SCC TV. Raiders here on this Friday night looking to mount a comeback here, running out of time. And that's going to put a damper on things there as Mahtomedi grabs an insurance goal here, makes it 11-6.
Scoring for the Zephyrs,
Looks like Mason Peterson's going to be credited with the goal. That's going to be his second, as far as I can tell, on the game. Pretty big hit after the play there on Peterson. Well, following the goal, we're going to get a flag on the field. That's going to go against Hastings. A couple of flags on the field.
I mean, just unnecessary. I mean, there has to be some sort of like urgency for Hastings, but giving up those penalties is definitely going to be costly within the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that one. Believe that's going to be Cavness in the box. Fourth quarter, Raiders have struggled a bit on the season. I know it's early, but 18 of their 26 goals that they've allowed have come in the fourth quarter. I'm sure that was heavily skewed by their last outing there against St. Paul Two Rivers, but looks like we'll also have a Mahtomedi player in the box as well. It's Malesio back out on the field here for Hastings. Now Hastings trying to bring the ball up the field. Solid cradling, a swim move. Sends it back. Now the Raiders may be trying to set up a play here. Malesio had some space, greeted by a Mahtomedi midfielder there at the 10. Now going all the way back to basically the logo here. Huge hit there at the 20. That's going to draw the attention of the referees there, and it's going to benefit Hastings with a man advantage here.
He definitely blindsided him in that one. I mean, just a monster hit. I mean, it was a no-brainer to call that one.
Yeah, it's been a fairly physical game from the second quarter on. Obviously, the referees are pretty consistent on their calls here tonight with regards to physicality. We'll get another timeout called on the field here with 3 even on the clock. Pretty eventful fourth quarter here. Still got some fans out here in the stands as the temperature and sun dip down here. Beautiful scenery. I mean, you and I are park guys through and through, but we certainly don't have anything like this, nor do we have the beer stube right next to the Wolfpack Stadium.
No, we do definitely not.
I'm still yet to go there, but I hear good things. I know Tuck is the biggest fan of the beer stube. And I swear during football games they'll pump out smells from the top of their restaurant, so it'll come over here and entice all the fans to go over after the game. But that's just speculation on my part. Well, we're coming down here to the final bell. 3 minutes to go here in regulation following the timeout. Maybe a little confusion here. Raiders closing in, threatening, whipping a hard shot there. That one's going to go off into the fencing. Quick succession of passing there, back to a teammate. Near the goal line extended is Hansen. Up top, Malesio fakes the pass, swims. Over to a teammate on the far side, back to Malesio. Beats his man, fires a shot. And the race going to be won there by Hansen.
Definitely looks like they are trying to feed Malesio to try to get his 5th goal of the night, but honestly, looking towards a different option might be smarter just because the amount of time, they're definitely going to recognize that Malesio will take the shot.
And Malesio with the shot and the goal. 2 goals on the game. 2 goals here in the fourth quarter. That's going to make it 11-7.
What do you call that? The commentator jinx?
Yeah, that's the announcer jinx right there. Well, sometimes it works out in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. This time in the favor of the Raiders. Just a perfectly placed shot there for Malesio. And that was... Well, we'll take another look at it here. What stands out to you here on this shot?
Honestly, he did fool the defender that was right in front of him. He saw the defender in front of him turn his head, and he took advantage of that, went straight in, and couldn't ask for just a better sense of awareness.
You know, in situations like this, like I know Park Lacrosse is not the most winning program in the history of high school lacrosse, but you know, when you're down and the game is sort of out of reach like here, you know, what do you play for? What do you play for when the lead is maybe a little out of hand, but there's still time left?
I mean, it's all about facing adversity. Like, when you're down this much, it's all about that mental toughness, and those will just, any game going forward, having that mental toughness, even if they do lose this game, going forward, they have to keep on believing that they're the best team, and you'll see in these next few games that they could pull away in a few of those and walk away. What would they be, 6-1 or 6-2?
Yeah. Well, we got some more laundry out on the field here. The refs have definitely not been shy about making their presence known here tonight. Only a minute and a half to go here before we wrap things up here from Todd Field.
Well, it's all about staying aggressive right now. We know what Mahtomedi is going to do, and they're going to try to kill the last minute 30. So staying aggressive, not being afraid to use your body, and just hopefully a ball will go loose and just lead to another scoring opportunity.
Well, before we get back to action, somebody's got to sort out something. Always seems like we have a little confusion for some of these lacrosse games, but we're back at it here. Churchill with the ball, circling around, pestered by a Raiders midfielder. It's Carter Schultz trying to put the pressure on a little bit here. Minute to go in this one. Couple of Zephyrs playing catch here on the near side. Again, doesn't have to be a ton of urgency here from Mahtomedi with the win in hand. Looks like they're going to be pretty content to just run out time here. Short little pass back behind Brzezinski. See Malesio trying to strip the Zephyrs forward, and with that, we're going to get a win here from Mahtomedi on the road, 11-7 here over the Hastings Raiders. Raiders will drop to 3-2 on the young season. Mahtomedi advances to 4-0, undefeated. They'll pick up their first conference win here before they embark on their 4-game homestand after this one. A hard-fought battle, maybe a little closer than the score indicated, but a hard-fought battle. What do you take away from this one, Braden?
Honestly, Hastings has to come out with these next away games playing the same style they did in the last half. Aggressive, not afraid to put your body on the line, and you could see a change in tides of this Hastings teams for the rest of the season.
Yeah, we'll see some good sportsmanship here between both teams as we get the handshake line here. Carter Hansen with a hat trick here tonight. Malesio with 2 goals coming in the fourth quarter. Jonas Schauer with a pair of goals as well. A hard-fought battle, but ultimately the Raiders dropping this one here from McNamara Stadium. We'll take a look at the upcoming broadcasts here. Later this week on the 30th, we'll have softball versus Mahtomedi. We'll see if the Raiders can't get some revenge for that one. Then we flip the calendar to May on the 2nd. Got a baseball game versus Tartan. Next day, baseball versus Prescott, a border battle in that one. And then on the 7th, girls lacrosse versus Visitation. So we're staying busy here at HCTV Sports. Hard-fought battle here tonight between these two teams as we'll send it off to the credits here. Special thanks to Hunter Pinky, producer and director, camera operators Grant Seaman, Max Slocum, Tori Sellner, and Ian Andrzejczyk. On graphics and replay, Hunter Pinky. And announcers, I'm Owen Ely, that's Braden Ely. Again, Raiders falling tonight 7-11 against the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Thanks for everybody for tuning in here on HCTV Sports.